herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe des E-Talk PDSC 2020 und das Jahr wird wahrscheinlich wieder in die Geschichte eingehen. Es ist am letzten Montag haben wir noch ein Hoch gehabt, also Montag, der letzte Montag im Februar und ein Hoch im Goldpreis und seitdem haben wir aber eine gescheite Korrektur wieder hingelegt. Und was ist es da besser, mit einem Silberproduzenten zu sprechen, was sich so getan hat, weil das war einfach eine wirklich heavy Woche. David, thank you to have time, and I said in my German introduction, this last week was a really rough week. Maybe it's one of the weeks where we talk also in a few years. This morning I talked with some people and say maybe it's the same like 2008, 2009. So what is your feeling?
I don't think it's the same because there's no housing crisis. So I think
but a virus.
there's a virus. You know, the whole world is now searching for a cure. I'm sure they'll find one.
That's 100% sure, I think.
In a couple of years from now, people will say, oh, what a buying opportunity. You know, so it's a difficult decision to step in when things are tough. But look at the trend of the market. It's been going up, you know, for decades and decades.
The surprising me is, especially on Monday last week, we have really a good gold price. He reacts very positive on the virus. And on Friday, you see exactly the opposite.
Because people tend to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So that means they sell everything and then they go to cash. But then what happens, like in 2008, when everyone went to cash, they then realized they don't want to sit on cash. Then what happened? Gold started to go up for 2 years after that. Watch what happens.
Yeah, that's right. It's run into my investment decision that I'm really a strong believer that we are in a bull gold market.
Oh yeah.
I think we also discussed in the last interview. It was, I think this was September, October last year. And we must also say normally the PDSC is always a kind of gold high.
Yeah.
Then it's coming down for 2-3 months and then the next cycle starting in. So maybe this is the same. So, okay, for you, you're thinking more when we look back then 2-3 years ago, what a great buying. But this is maybe a great buying opportunity.
I think so. I mean, you look for signs of a bottom. We'll see what happens this week. But I don't think the world is coming to an end. And so, you know, there's a lot of great companies on sale right now. So, you know, I think it's a great opportunity and things will rebound.
So, okay, this is the market. What you can do for the market that the market thinks that you are one of these stocks that he really should have.
Well, we're leveraged to metal. So metal's been going up. You know, what was gold? The beginning of last year was 1,300 or something. So it's been rising. It's been rising with the market because smart people were getting worried that the broader markets were, you know, making new highs. So gold was going up with it. And I think that you're going to see it continue to go up. The supply and demand factor, I mean, supply is shrinking. I mean, Barrick is not looking for to be the biggest producer anymore. They're looking for margin. So everyone's thinking like that. So I think you're going to see the output shrink. Demand is growing up, so the price has to go up. And
with them, the stock should go higher.
Absolutely, we're leveraged to it. It doesn't always happen overnight when you think it will, but if you step back and you look, you know, over a longer period of time, gold is the leading indicator, and the equities will follow eventually. Then when the equities lead gold, that's when you might be at a top.
Okay.
If it gets ahead of it.
Then last year we saw that the gold price moving, but the gold stocks not really moving. The senior stock more going in this direction, but the mid-sized producers or the smaller producers are not reacting really.
But that's the leading indicator that money is going into the seniors, and when they take profits, it goes to the mid-tiers, juniors, down the line. We haven't seen it yet. We're seeing little bits of it last year and this year. You're seeing some exploration companies really take off and get finance. That's a good sign.
Coming to your company, what are you doing in the past 5 months since the last year?
The major thing, I mean, we had a transitional year last year. Our high-grade mine, San Gonzalo, ended. And that kind of hurt with lower metal prices in the beginning of the year. We completed a major expansion, and those two things, hurt our balance sheet. So we made the difficult decision to sell Braylorn, and we have a meaningful stake in this new company, but it's a well-run company. They're ex-Anglo Gold geologists that have found over 30 million ounces, and they're backed by an engineering firm, and they're backed by a Cisco Royalties and Eric Sprott, and their stock is taken off. We own about 10% of it, and they're planning to drill the heck out of the property. So we have upside, and we've limited our downside because it was costing several $1 million a month just to manage the project because of the legacy issues with the arsenic water leaching out of the mountain. We had to treat it. All of that costs money, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. We repositioned Avino as a pure silver play focused in Mexico. We completed the expansion in the mill. We now want to shift our focus to exploration on the property. So the Avino property has 20 named veins and 50 unnamed veins. So for hundreds of years, the whole property still hasn't been fully explored. There's fantastic opportunities there. Very excited about the future of Avino. And if metal prices continue to go up, and we're drilling and we find new areas, we can monetize it quickly because we have a processing facility right there. Sure.
And there's also, for the Braylorn project, you don't get any money or any valuation.
Yeah.
It's Now
we do. Now you'll see it as an asset. Yeah. And the stock has tripled in a couple of months. So it went from a $4 or $5 million ownership stake to about 10, and if you look at what we sold the whole asset for, it was $29 million. 12 of that was reclamation. So we just cleaned up the balance sheet. We had to do a write-down because the value from all the exploration over the years was higher than what we got, but we have upside in their stock.
Yeah, and especially you don't need cash to maintain this project. I think this is very important.
We recently exercised warrants, and we sold 3 million shares to pay for the warrants. So our ownership position grew by 3 million shares, and it didn't cost us a penny.
Great.
It was $1.5 million.
Do you have any guidance for 2020?
It's going to be similar, we think, to last year, 2.4 to 2.6 million ounces of silver equivalent. Our all-in sustaining costs have gone up because we produce less ounces because of San Gonzalo. So with the drilling and we find more ounces, we can organically grow our output. We don't have to do it through M&A activity.
Do you have a number? What is the all-in cost showing? Or is it too early?
It's going to be up around 17 or so, which is high for us. When we had San Gonzalo running, originally it had a 5-year mine life. We ran it for 7 years, and the average all-in sustaining cost for the whole company, including Braylorn, was $10. So that's the goal, is to get it back to 10.
Okay, and then you can have a healthy margin with the silver price. And when gold goes up, normally silver should follow.
Yeah, it's lagging right now. It's lagging, but it will.
David, thank you for the update.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And just tell everyone, don't worry, the market, we will survive.
Okay, ich glaube, das war das Wichtigste jetzt zum Schluss. Also, Sie werden überleben diese doch derzeit extrem schlechten Marktsituation. Er hat es ja erklärt, was momentan das Problem ist. Einer hochgradige Erzkörper ist ausgemint, also dort können sie nichts mehr produzieren und dadurch sinken einer Unzenanzahl. Die Menge bleibt gleich, aber das Erzqualität geht zurück und dadurch produzieren sie weniger Unzen und dadurch steigen einer All-In-Kosten. Und das wird 2020 nicht wirklich viel anders ausschauen und das ist einer der größten Probleme. Was sie aber interessant gemacht haben, sie haben Braylorn, das Projekt, das mir extrem gut gefallen hat, verkauft. Und haben dort Aktien bekommen. How big is your stake in the new company?
It's about 10%.
Okay. Haben sie ungefähr 10% der Firma, die ist wiederum mit Osiske drinnen, Ex-Anglo-Leute. Und das haben sie verkauft und dadurch sparen sie sich auch relativ viele Kosten, das nämlich zu unterhalten. Denn dort aus der alten Mine kommt ein Wasser raus, das müssen sie aufbereiten und das kostet ihnen jedes Mal eine Stange Geld. Und das fällt jetzt weg und außerdem haben sie 10% bei der anderen Company, die hat sich in der Zwischenzeit verdreifacht. Und deswegen ist das jetzt quasi ein Asset, was sie vorher eigentlich nur am Minus gekriegt haben dafür, haben sie jetzt Geld dafür bekommen und jetzt auch einen Wert dagegen steht. Und das macht es eigentlich extrem spannend, die ganze Sache. Und von daher bin ich relativ zuversichtlich, dass die Company auch mit ein paar interessanten News in den nächsten Wochen und Monaten aufwarten können. Wichtig ist, dass sie was Neues finden. Es gibt extrem viele Venen, die sie dort noch nicht erkundet haben, obwohl dort schon über seit ein paar hundert Jahren gearbeitet wird. Aber es gibt noch immer sehr viele unerkundete Venen. Und wenn Sie dort natürlich wieder einen hochgradigen Erzkörper finden, dann ist ja ein Ziel ganz eindeutig klar, dass Sie wieder zurück zu den $10 ungefähr gehen sollten, wo früher Ihre Produktionskosten liegen. Und dann wären es natürlich auch wieder relativ hohe Margen, die Sie einfahren können. Das ist jetzt eigentlich so der Stand bei Avino Silber. Das war ein Interview von der PDSC 2020 und ja, wir hören uns dann später. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Thank you.